Welcome, beautiful ladies. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back and yeah, checking out my channel. This is great. Um, as promised, I am going to be talking about questions to ask your oncologist. If you're have a new oncologist, or if you're newly diagnosed, stage 4. I'm so sorry. This is actually good for anyone diagnosed at any level, but I create these videos for my stage 4 sisters. So, um, yeah, so sorry to hear about your diagnosis. These questions are, like I said, for oncologists, just to get an idea if they are good to have on your team. And also what their intentions are for you, because that's highly important. You need to be sure you're working with an oncologist that has the same level of same, like, on the same page, on the same level of commitment, same level of intentions, which unfortunately sometimes yeah, their intentions are completely different from yours. So these questions will help you determine if you should stay on board with this oncologist or move on. Okay. Um, the first and foremost, I suggest you ask, what is my diagnosis? If they haven't already disclosed that, what is my diagnosis specifically? Because you should know, like, whether you're HER2 positive, HER2 negative. You should know the grade of the tumor. You should know if the tumor has multiple, like, cells, the type of cells that it has. All that information you should know with your diagnosis. So if you don't know all that, ask, what is my diagnosis? Then you should ask, is the treatment that you're recommending, is it palliative or curative? And quite honestly, I already know that 99% of chemo is palliative, especially for stage 4. So if he or she tells you any different, which I highly doubt they will, then if they say it's curative, then you ask them, what is the reoccurrence rate? And I'm going to put these questions down in descriptive, so you'll have them down there as well. Then ask, when they're recommending chemo, how old is the drug? Ask them how old the drug is. The older ones tend to have more side effects. The older chemo drugs tend to have more harsh side effects than the newer ones. Ask, what is the 5-year free trial sorry. What is the 5-year disease-free survival? So in essence, what, in 5 years, will you be disease-free after taking this, going through this treatment? 5 years, will you be disease-free? Then ask them, are there any studies surrounding these treatments? And if there are, then tell them you want to have access to them. You want to see the studies, what the, because more than likely, if there's studies, then they did clinical trials. So you want to see what the outcome was. Then you want to ask for the safety data sheets on the chemo. And quite honestly, if you're taking medication, you can ask for the safety data sheets on the medication as well if you don't know anything about the medication. So, but more importantly, get the safety data sheet on the chemo that you're getting. Another question, which would be quite an interesting response, is if your mother, daughter, sister were to have the exact same diagnosis as I do, would you prescribe this or recommend this chemo to them? See what their response is. See what their body language says. If they kind of like go into this like kind of like defensive, like a lot of times when people don't know how to respond to a question, they'll kind of like, you know, become guarded. So watch his or her body language when you ask this question. Then ask about the effect on the tumor. Ask them, does the chemo will it make the tumor more aggressive, or will it prevent its growth? Because there was a chemo that they came up with, this was years ago, called Taxol. And they gave it to so many hundreds of women. And what they found was that the tumor actually caused other tumors. It was crazy because it killed one tumor but created another. So they had to stop. They had to remove that chemo from being administered. And they created another one. But we'll go in, yeah. Yeah. So when I say do your research, ladies. There's so much information out there. Okay, so ask that question. Ask the oncologist what they recommend that you eat. Yeah, ask them what they recommend that you eat. If he or she recommends that you eat anything that you want to, red flag that. Red flag. Granted, most providers, whether it be oncology or any other, most, not all, most, but especially oncologists, don't like to discuss nutrition because it goes against their scientific beliefs. So, like I said, knowledge is power. Yeah. Yeah. So if he or she tells you that you can eat anything you want, then ask them what they think about plant-based diet. Ask them what they think about a plant-based diet while you're going through your journey of healing. Again, if they have an unfavorable response, but keep in mind that that's going to be the norm. You see what I'm saying? That's going to be the norm. For example, unfortunately, even with the integrative oncologist that I spoke about in my previous video, I spoke about actually, on top of seeing an oncologist, seeing an integrative oncologist. So let me give you an example. I'm pretty knowledgeable as far as what I can and cannot eat with this diagnosis. Especially being a nurse, but more importantly, I've done a lot of research, like I said. So I sometimes I ask questions just to see, are they going to be completely upfront. So I started seeing an integrative oncologist, and shared with her that I'm doing plant-based diet, and she encouraged me to eat meat. Another oncologist that I saw in Arizona, because again in my previous video, I've been initially was diagnosed in Arizona and then came to Washington for treatment. An Arizona oncologist, woman, told all of us, it was at a support group that we met her, told all of us, quite a few of us stage 4, that sugar has no effect on cancer. I don't know how much you all know, but cancer loves sugar. That's one of the main things that you have to give up is sugar. So she told all of them, and a lot of the ladies weren't aware of this information. So when she said that, I was just like, whoa, what? So research. Do your due diligence to know what you need to do. Diet is highly important. Highly. And I will post information surrounding that where you can confirm for yourself. So ask him or her about the plant-based diet. And just so you know, how can I say this? Your body is your business. You are the CEO of your body. Treat it like a business. Treat it like it's your job, because it is your job. What you decide to do, and this is straight across the board with anything, whether if a surgeon recommends a particular surgery, if a doctor recommends a particular medication, if I don't know, if they, if they say, oh, we believe that you should have a kidney removed. Your body is your body. You have the right to refuse or to look into and or question anything that is recommended. Your body is your entity. So you are the CEO. Keep that in mind. Another question. This is the last one. Are there any other options available besides chemo? Are there any other options available besides chemo? Okay. So I hope these questions help you to navigate into having the best situation to assist you with having the best position, being in the best position to fight this. Because that's the main thing. That's the main thing. You have to be in the best position. You have to incorporate what you need to incorporate to have the outcome that you want to have. Does that make sense? You have to be in the best position in order to have the outcome that you desire. So what that means is whatever is necessary for you to incorporate for your treatments, because you can have multiple modalities, then that's what you do. Because 5-10 years down the line, no one's going to say, oh, well, you should have, you could have. No one is going to say that medically. So you do now what you can do. Knowledge is power. And it's only powerful if you use it. I hope this is helpful. I wish you well. Please reach out if you would like to reach out. If you have any questions, I'm going to post these questions in the description. So if you need them to, refer to them, whatever, I hope you do actually use them. Provide you with the ammunition that you need. Take care, ladies, and I wish you well.